Hello and welcome, everybody. Okay, so last Tuesday, a successful restaurant owner in Dallas told me something that should terrify every business leader in North America. Darren, he said, I'm making more revenue than ever, but I'm going broke. Here's how. His food costs are up 40%. His labor costs jump 35%. His rent increased 25%. And here's the killer. His customers still expect the same prices they paid 3 years ago. Does that sound familiar? As business leaders, we are living through what I call the great profit squeeze. And it is not your imagination. What worked to get you here today won't work any longer going forward. And working harder won't save you. Cutting corners definitely won't save you. And get this, growing revenue, even that won't save you. And most business leaders think the current environment is temporary. They're waiting for things to, quote, get back to normal. But here's the fact. This is the new normal. And the businesses that survive won't be the ones who endure the squeeze. Enduring will still be failing. It will be the businesses that turn this squeeze into their greatest competitive market advantage. So in this session, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn the great profit squeeze into at least a 200% profit increase in the next 90 days. While your competitors are drowning in rising costs and shrinking margins, while they're desperately cutting quality to maintain profits, and while they're losing their best people to better job offers, you'll be able to take these 3 precision fixes that I will give you and transform this economic pressure into incredible market capture. By the end of this session, you'll know exactly what you need to do to double your profit margins without raising prices, cut your new customer acquisition costs by at least 60%, and build a customer-powered growth engine that generates new business without costing you a dime. My goal here is to put you in a position to become the untouchable leader in your market. Are you up for that? Now, I'm going to respect our time here together, okay? I'm not going to be regurgitating a bunch of garbage that you can read on LinkedIn or the hustle porn that you see on YouTube or TikTok every day. And this will not be the fluffy motivational horse bucky that you're force-fed on InstaScam. I invited you to this private meeting to give you straight talk, real talk, answers you can't find anywhere else, because what I will disclose to you is based on direct experience, having advised and mentored more than 10,000 top global CEOs and business leaders through every economic condition over the past 30 years. And at the end, if you want my help further, and if you want access to the proprietary AI engine that I spent 7 figures building to execute these fixes, I will extend an invitation for you to join me at our business masterclass. Now, whether you choose to join us at our BMC or not, that'll be up to you, okay? And regardless of whether you do or not, the fixes that I will be sharing with you here today will make you money. Now, before we jump into the fixes, let me be clear about something. This training material that I'm about to give you, it's not for everybody. This isn't casual learning. This isn't theoretical discussion. This is for serious operators seeking real solutions to implement immediately in your business. So if you're here for some intellectual amusement or entertainment, if you're collecting information without the intention to act, and if you're not ready, willing, and committed to taking decisive action when we're done, then there's no need for you to stay. You are welcome to just leave now. I don't work with casual observers who take notes. I only work with committed leaders who take action. For those who do stay now, here's what I need you to do. Close out any other tabs that you have open, quit your email client, put your phone on silent. Seriously, for the next hour or so, focus. Calm your goldfish attention span down and lock in here with me, okay? I'm going to be showing you how to add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your business. But your cash register will only ring if you're fully present to receive it. So close everything else right now and give this your complete attention. Besides, I'm doing this for you. I already know everything that I will show you here today. So now, what exactly is the great profit squeeze? Think of it like this, okay? Imagine your business is a balloon. For years, you've been pumping air into your balloon. More customers, more revenue, more growth. But suddenly, somebody started poking tiny holes all around your balloon. Labor costs, poke. Material costs, poke, marketing costs, poke, regulatory compliance, poke, customer acquisition costs, poke. Now you're pumping harder than ever these days, but the balloon keeps deflating. That is the great profit squeeze. It's the simultaneous pressure from multiple cost centers squeezing all at once, combined with customers who still expect pre-inflation pricing, plus competitors willing to slash margins just to survive. So here's what drove us here, okay? The government printed money for Wall Street, while Main Street businesses got stuck with the inflation bill. The Federal Reserve printed more money in 2 years than in the previous 20 years combined. Think about that. And that money, it drove up the cost of everything that you need to run your business. Meanwhile, your customers' buying power got hammered, so they became price sensitive overnight. And here's the real killer that most leaders don't see. The marketing channels that built your business to this point, they're now bleeding you dry. Facebook ad costs are up 122% more than just 3 years ago for 20% worse results. Google ads are up 23%. Results are down 12%. LinkedIn ads up 26%. Results down 14%. Every single marketing channel, be it television, radio, direct mail, content marketing, costs are up on average of 32%, while the results have dropped 17%. Have you felt it? Are you following me here? Look, calculate the math for a second. If you're running on 15 to 35% margins and your customer acquisition costs just jumped 32%, while your conversion rates dropped 17%, that means what? Yeah, you can no longer acquire customers profitably. And that's also called game over. And here's where most leaders are getting it wrong. So listen up here, okay? They think that this is a revenue problem, so they chase more customers. They think it's a cost problem, so they cut expenses. They think it's a people problem, so they replace their team. Nope, none of that works. Why? Because the great profit squeeze isn't a symptom. It is a fundamental shift in how business works. I'll give you 3 examples, okay? Number 1, a plumbing contractor in Phoenix told me he's now bidding against guys who quote jobs at cost, zero profit. They're hoping to make money on the unexpected change orders. Meanwhile, his Facebook ads that used to cost $3 a lead, they're now $12, 4 times the cost. And half the leads are tire kickers. Number 2, a marketing agency in Atlanta lost 3 clients in 1 month, not to competitors with better results, but to clients using AI tools that cost 95% less. Meanwhile, their Google ad budget doubled, but qualified leads dropped by 40%. A restaurant chain in Chicago is having to pay servers $28 an hour for work they paid $18 an hour just 3 years ago. Meanwhile, food costs doubled, and customers still expect a $45 steak instead of $80, which would be the equivalent margin today on costs. Add to that their social channel ads, that cost went up 50% plus, but drive 22% fewer customers. Do you see the pattern here? This is happening to you right now. The great squeeze here is, this isn't about one cost going up. It's about every cost going up simultaneously. All the while, marketing effectiveness has collapsed and customer expectations still climb. And as mentioned, most owners are treating this like a temporary storm. They're hunkering down, waiting for it to pass. But here's the deal. This is the new norm. The big tech companies, they have rewritten the rules for all of us. Amazon has trained customers to expect fast, nearly instant, free shipping. Google trained them to comparison shop in seconds. Social media trained them to expect instant gratification at discounted prices. And now, 900 million people worldwide use ad blockers. So your marketing dollars just vanish into thin air. And all this will only get worse over time. This pressure will be permanent and will only intensify. So that means the businesses that adapt now and learn the alternative strategies, they can lock in advantages, get way ahead of their competition, and that advantage will last for decades. Because here's what I've learned from 30 years of watching economic cycles. The companies that dominate tomorrow are the ones that quickly adapt today. The ones that wait, well, they become the Kodak, Blockbuster, Nokia warning case studies taught in business school textbooks. The great profit squeeze isn't going to crush every business, but it will absolutely crush every business that pretends it doesn't exist or doesn't know how to adjust to it. And look, as you sit there, I get it. You might be thinking, another so-called business expert promising solutions. You've heard it before. I know. But here's why this is different. Because for the last 30 years, I've sat at the center of the success media industry, executive producer of Success TV, founding publisher of Success Magazine. And I didn't just interview the likes of those that you saw on the cover of my magazine, people like Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs and Oprah and Richard Branson and Jack Welch and hundreds of others. I got inside their companies, got access to their playbooks, witnessed their strategy sessions, and saw what they did when the cameras weren't rolling. And here's what I discovered. Elite companies don't just survive economic storms, they use them to eliminate the competition. So I've taken my 30-year treasure trove of collected insights and strategies, unprecedented from anybody else, to train and advise over 10,000 top CEOs and proven business leaders through every crisis of the past 3 decades. For example, a software CEO in Austin that I advised, his acquisition cost tripled, margins got crushed, and he was 2 months from layoffs. We implemented only 2 of these 3 fixes, and 19 months later, he had a $46 million exit to his business. A Miami restaurant owner was bleeding more than $20,000 monthly. We restructured her value proposition and is now opening her 4th location. A Denver consulting firm got commoditized by AI overnight. We repositioned them completely, and now they're booking $50,000 engagements while their competitors still fight over $5,000 projects. It comes down to this. When you follow proven systems, you get proven and predictable results every time. That's why when I show you a framework, you know it works. It's been battle and market tested. Now, let's start with the source code of all business growth. Now, look, if you're starting to drift at all, I want you to snap yourself back. I'm about to share what Warren Buffett taught me that has been worth many, many millions to me in clarity. It could become worth that to you too, but only if you absorb it completely. So sit up straight, stay locked in here, okay? Warren Buffett equated running a business like trying to fly the space shuttle. He said, in the cockpit, you have all these knobs and levers and buttons and switches. They are all blinking and vying for your attention. The sight of it all seems overwhelming, and that's like running a business. But really, he said, to fly this complex piece of machinery, only a few of those knobs, levers, and buttons matter at any one time. He said, you just need to know which and when. And when you do, flying the space shuttle is not that difficult at all. And the same is true for business, he said. While business at first might seem very complex and overwhelming and utterly daunting, but to grow your business, it only comes down to 3 knobs. 3. That's it. There are only 3 ways to grow a business. Did you know that? Only 3. Think of it. There are several million books that have been written about business. 424,000 podcasts talk about it every day. 500 million blogs publish business content daily. Millions of articles and tweets and posts flood the internet constantly. Yes, still, all business growth, all of it, comes down to only 3 knobs. 3. Are you with me here? Seems it should be pretty important to know what those 3 knobs are, right? Okay, are you ready? Knob 1 is more clients. Knob 2 is more money per client. And knob 3 is more referrals per client. That's it. There's no other way to grow your business. Just 3. And when you know what those knobs are, and more importantly, you know the proven strategies that turn the dials on each of those 3 knobs, then it becomes relatively fast and easy to grow your business. Let me show you how, okay? So let's say that your current baseline revenue is you have 1,000 customers, their annual order volume is $400, they buy 2.5 times a year, and they refer on average 0.3 customers each year, okay? So if all you learn to do is to turn those 3 knobs only 10%, you'll add $470,000 in revenue, growing 36%. If you turn the dials only 20%, you'll grow 80+% and add more than $1 million to your business, nearly doubling your revenue. But here's where it gets ridiculous. I can show you how to, at a minimum, improve each of the 3 knobs 50%, which nearly triples your revenue. Now, if you 2x your performance on each of these 3 knobs, your business would grow from doing $1.3 million to over $51 million annually, growing 3,846%. You see, for 30 years, I have been picking up the strategies proven to turn those 3 knobs, which is why so many CEOs and leaders come to me when they are ready for hypergrowth. Now, let me show you just one strategy effective for turning each of those 3 knobs, specifically amid the great profit squeeze. So here's fix number 1 that can turn the great profit squeeze into your competitive market grabbing advantage. It is to stop marketing to everyone. I know, you think casting a wider net catches more fish. That's wrong. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. Let me show you what I mean, okay? A few months ago, a real estate agent in Phoenix called me. She was spending $8,000 a month on Facebook ads, getting leads that cost her $47 each, converting maybe 2%. She was hemorrhaging money. I asked her one question. Who exactly are you targeting? Think about what your answer would be to that question. Who exactly are you targeting for your product or service? Do you have that target in mind? Her answer, which is typical, was anyone who wants to buy or sell a house. That's your problem, I said. So we narrowed her focus down to this: divorced women over 40 who needed to sell the family home within 90 days due to a divorce decree mandate or equity division deadlines. Same ad budget, but with more precise targeting and a uniquely valuable narrow message to that target, and lead costs dropped to $12. Conversion rate jumped 14%, which was 7 times a better result from the exact same money spent. Why? Because pain equals money, and urgent pain equals more money. Most business owners are terrified of niching down. They think it limits their market. But here's what actually happens. When you specialize, your conversion rates skyrocket, your prices increase, your referrals multiply, your marketing costs plummet. This is how you take advantage of the great profit squeeze. A dental practice in Atlanta was targeting everybody who needs dental work. Seems to make sense, right? But it doesn't. It's a terrible plan. Their patient acquisition cost was $340. We focused them on executives over 45 who needed cosmetic dentistry for professional confidence. With that more valuable message to a more valuable target patient acquisition cost dropped to $89, and the average case value went from $800 to $3,200. Same practice, same skills, different targeting, 4 times the profit per patient. Are you following me here? Here's why this works. When you know exactly who you are talking to, you know their exact pain points, their specific language, their buying triggers, their decision timelines. You can speak directly to their 3 a.m. worries. And when somebody feels truly understood, and you can become now their unique solution provider, price then becomes secondary. And if you think, but my customers are too price sensitive. No, they are not. It's that your message is not valuable enough to them. When you speak to relieving a specific pain or fulfilling a specific desire, price resistance disappears. The real estate agent's divorced clients paid premium fees because she understood their urgent situation and was able to help them in their situation uniquely. A software company CEO that came to my business masterclass, he was targeting, quote, small businesses that needed better productivity. Well, that narrows it down to 36 million in the United States alone. Not very narrow. He was burning through $15,000 a month in Google and Meta ads. His customer acquisition costs were $890, and his customer lifetime value was $1,200. Barely profitable. After BMC, he focused exclusively on dental practices with 3 to 10 employees who were losing revenue due to scheduling chaos. Same software, same features, laser-focused targeting. His customer acquisition cost dropped from $890 to $180, and his customer lifetime value went up from $1,200 to 8,400. He went from struggling as a business to scaling hypergrowth, to having to turn away business because he was so busy. Here's the counterintuitive part, and you might want to write this down. The smaller your target market, the bigger your business becomes. To go big, aim small. At BMC, I give you more than 100 specific strategies on profiling, finding, triggering, communicating uniquely to, capturing, and converting your unique high-margin best buyer for your product or service. Those that are already pre-qualified and predisposed to buy the fastest in the most quantity, ascend the highest, and refer the most. That is step one in increasing your customer conversions while dramatically decreasing your ad costs. Here's fix number two. This is the second knob that multiplies your profits, and you can twist it even when new customers get more expensive. You see, most owners are obsessed with acquiring more clients. This is wrong-headed. The real profit is the clients you already have. Your existing customers are, get this, 7 times more likely to buy than somebody who's never heard of you. Yet most businesses spend 90% of their time chasing strangers at a high cost, and 10% providing more value to the people who already trust them that costs them nothing. It's insanity. Let me show you the math, okay, so that this hopefully sobers you up a bit. Take your average customer. Let's say they spend $2,000 a year with you and they stay for 3 years on average. Well, that's $6,000 lifetime value. Now, what if you could get them to spend $2,400? That's just 20% more and stay for 4 years instead of 3. That's $9,600 in lifetime value. You just increased your lifetime value by 60% without finding a single new customer. And hey, here's where this becomes your competitive advantage. Think about it. That 60% lifetime value increase means that you can spend 60% more to acquire customers while your competitors are stuck at their old numbers. You're able to outbid them for every qualified lead. You're dominating the Google ads now. You're stealing their best people with higher commissions. You're winning every deal because now you can afford to do so. A software company CEO in Austin learned this the hard way. $3 million in revenue, average customer paid was $500 per month, stayed for 18 months. That's $9,000 lifetime value. Decent business, but its customer acquisition costs kept rising. Facebook ads went up from $200 to $400 a customer. Google ads hit $600. Margins were dying. So we refocused him on increasing the lifetime value instead. We implemented 4 tweaks: a premium tier, a prepay, an add-on service, and a reactivation campaign for customers that went adrift. The results were the average customer value jumped from $9,000 to $28,400. Lifetime value increased 216%. While competitors fought over customers worth $9,000, he was targeting the same customers worth $28,400. This means that he could outbid them 3 to 1 on every lead. He dominated every marketing channel. He grew from 3 million to 14 million in 18 months. Same product, same team, different lifetime value strategy. Here's what most business owners miss. The gold you seek is right beneath your feet. It's sitting in your customer database. The fastest path to growth isn't finding new customers. It's selling more to your existing ones, providing more value to the customers you already have. So there are 18 specific strategies that I can teach you, proven to raise your initial order value and then to continue to increase their lifetime value of each customer you have. And if you're still depending on paid advertising for growth, let me show you how to crack the code on the most profitable new customer source of all. This is fix number 3. And this is also the third knob to growing your business that turns customers into advocates, into unpaid but enthusiastic evangelists. While your competitors burn cash on advertising, the fastest, cheapest, highest converting source of new business isn't Facebook ads, it isn't Google ads, it isn't any paid channel. In fact, it's referrals. You probably already know that a referred customer converts 5 times faster. They spend 30% more, they stay 40% longer, and they cost you nothing to acquire. 0. Yet most business owners leave referrals to chance. They hope customers will refer. They assume happy clients will spread the word. They wait for word of mouth to happen naturally. They think having "I love referrals" on their business card and their giveaway trinkets is doing referral marketing. That is not a strategy, people. That is just wishful thinking. Let me tell you about Jennifer, okay? Jennifer is a financial advisor in Cincinnati. $4.2 million practice, solid client base, great service. But growth had stalled. She was spending $18,000 a month on marketing just to replace the clients who were naturally aging out. She was barely breaking even on new acquisitions. Well, at our business masterclass, she learned how to build a formalized and systemized referral generating system that runs automatically in her business. No more hoping for referrals, but engineering them instead. Well, after setting up her referral tracking system, the first thing she discovered was 67% of her best clients had never been asked for a referral, ever. 7 years of perfect service, and they'd never been asked. This was astonishing to her. She thought she asked for referrals, but she wasn't really. She saw instantly how she was leaving so much opportunity on the table. Well, with the referral conversation framework that I gave her to make these conversations elegant, and the referral rewards and incentives that I taught her to use, in less than 90 days, her referral system generated enough high-quality prospects to eliminate her need for paid advertising entirely, saving her $18,000 monthly, which went straight to her bottom line, take home to her family's wallet, and she grew 68% the next year. Pure profit growth, all fueled by the referrals coming out of her referral engine. Now, if I asked you, how do you do with referrals? You'd probably say, yeah, I do pretty well. But if I then asked you, what is your average number of referrals per active customer or patient in the last 6 months? You probably have no idea. And to be blunt, without that number, you don't know squat. If I asked what percentage of referrals come from what percentage of customers, whether 80% come from 3% of your customers or 30%, I bet you have no idea, none. But without that math, you can't optimize referral activity for maximum success. You can't. You see, there are 12 specific strategies to deploy to set up a formalized, as in programmed, and systemized, as in made automatic, and consistently adhered to, as in predictable, and strictly measured, as in data that you are adjusting on a weekly basis, referral generating system to perpetually and predictably garner you enthusiastic, repeated, and consistent referrals. So during the great profit squeeze, while everybody else fights for expensive traffic, you'll be getting premium customers for free while they're burning cash on ads, only making the yachts of the Metas and Googles bigger. You'll be printing money through properly activated relationships. While they're competing on price, you're winning on free advocacy. Now, for those who know me, I've got a bonus for you here, okay? For those of you that know, I always like to over-deliver on my promises, to achieve a 13 on a scale of 1 to 10. So I'm going to give you a bonus fix here. I know I said 3, but this is going to be a bonus one. I believe this one is critical because it makes all the other fixes possible, and it is optimizing your team's productivity, okay? This is the crucial fix that stops profit from bleeding out the back door. You see, most businesses and business owners are unknowingly funding an invisible profit killer. And it's not the competition and not market conditions. It is human limitations. Your team is operating at maybe 25% of their true capacity. And it's not because they're lazy, and it's not because they don't care. It's because they are bogged down doing tasks that now AI can do better, faster, and far more painlessly. And all that slower manual work, it's eating your profits for breakfast. Let me show you what I mean. The average knowledge worker today spends at least 2.5 hours daily on tasks that AI can do better. Writing emails, creating presentations, drafting contracts and proposals, analyzing data, scheduling meetings, researching competitors, drafting job descriptions, all the repetitive, soul-crushing work that burns out your people. That's 12.5 hours per week, per person, on a team of just 10 people. You're paying for 125 hours of work that AI can do in minutes without taking lunch breaks, PTO, or having healthcare costs. That's 3 full-time salaries at only $50,000 annually. That's $12,500 in profit monthly, gone right off your bottom line, what should be going home to your family to produce what AI delivers for pennies. Here are 3 facts that will change how you think about productivity forever, okay? Fact number 1, your team wants to be more productive, but bad processes and inefficient systems hold them back. Fact number 2, AI can handle 80% of routine tasks better than humans, freeing your people for genuinely creative and strategic work, which they enjoy better anyway, and why they signed up for the job. Here's a good one for your notes. You want to automate the routine and repetitive so your humans can deliver the personal and the exceptional. Here's fact number 3. Companies using AI productively are already outpacing competitors by 340% in revenue per employee. 340% in revenue per employee. This is essential, or you will quickly be outpaced by competitors in your industry as they catch on. A home improvement contractor in Seattle discovered this firsthand. 24 employees, $6.2 million in revenue, but profit margins kept shrinking, despite being the premium option in his market. Why? It was because his team was drowning in marketing and customer management tasks. Follow-up emails to leads took hours daily. Social media posts were sporadic and generic. Customer service calls backed up for days. Direct mail campaigns to past customers never happened consistently. He had skilled craftsmen and project managers spending time on admin and marketing instead of building. At our business masterclass, he got access to our MVP AI portal. It helped him generate expert-level email sequences that nurture leads automatically from estimate to close. Best practices social media content that showcases completed projects with compelling copy. Superior-level customer service responses that handles scheduling and basic inquiries 24/7. And effective direct mail campaigns that reactivates past customers for new projects. Results were immediate. Lead nurturing became completely automated. Social media engagement increased 400%. Customer response time went from 2 days to 2 minutes, and past customer reactivation generated $340,000 in new revenue. We're talking the same team, same expertise, but now supercharged by AI. That productivity gain freed up 180 hours weekly for actual construction work and business development, all because AI eliminated the marketing busy work and let his team focus on what they do best, building quality projects. Here's what most leaders and owners don't realize. Are you ready for this? Hear this now. AI isn't about replacing people. It's about unleashing their irreplaceable capabilities. When your team stops fighting the routine tasks, they have the energy for strategic thinking and delivering a personal customer experience. Now you might think, but Darren, I don't have a big team. It doesn't matter. The real estate agent who 7x'd her results, solo practitioner. The Denver consulting firm that went from $5,000 to $50,000 engagements started with 4 people. These fixes scale to any size business. In fact, small teams actually implement them faster. This is what a self-managing business looks like. Systems that run without you. Teams that execute without constant oversight. Growth that happens in your absence. Even a small family dental practice added $18,000 per week just by letting the front desk receptionist run our AI system. Now, let me see if I can pop into our MVP AI portal and show you what it looks like here, okay? So that you get an idea. See if I can share my screen. This is the MVP AI portal. And you can see on the side here, that's our handsome AI integrator, Stuart. All the 3 knobs, more new customers, more money per customer, more referrals per customers, and all our proprietary strategies. My collection of over 35 years of having access to the best of the world. And each of those 3 knobs are in those 3 tabs right there. And I'll just show you some of the ancillary stuff. Content marketing, show you all the things that have the formulas built into them already to get expert level outputs. All blog article content, short form, long form, short editorial, general purpose. Newsletters and roundups automatically output monthly digest newsletter, ebooks, guides and research, lead magnet creation, annual report, a mini chapter book, downloadable guide, white paper, research reports, brochures and pamphlets, immediate output, expert level to your business, to your target avatar with your products and services, education and buyer enablement, visual brand assets, infographics, seasonal event content, all of this, all pre-programmed, AI encoded with our strategy prompts to have the best in class. You can't hire people to output these types of marketing creatives at this level of expertise. Press releases, event press kits, pitch decks, that's just in content marketing. In direct response, all these things have been pre-programmed. You know what it would cost you in marketing agencies to have all these outputs, all these marketing assets developed for you? This is email marketing. Every form of email marketing that you can think of has all been pre-programmed to optimum performance. Okay, all you got to do is copy and paste into your favorite LLM. You can use Chat, you can use Claude, you can use Gemini, but the proprietary strategy formulas that I have encoded in there is what gives it its power. Phone and voicemail marketing, SMS marketing, social media marketing. You don't need to know the best practices for all these different platforms. We have already pre-programmed that, right? So whether you're doing polls or short, long form video contests, giveaways, Q&A sessions, specific for Facebook, all the different reels and things that you can do in Instagram that have been proven to be highly viral, Twitter, X, all those that are unique to that platform, LinkedIn, the same thing, all these pre-programmed, YouTube, TikTok even, website content, customer service, content, team building, writing job descriptions, developing scorecards. We're talking about 35 years of my proprietary business practices have all been AI encoded so that it is super powered for you and your team. Anybody on your team can output expert level sales, marketing, recruiting, team building content, okay? And that takes us to our final reality check, okay? If you're not prepared to invest in your growth, and if you're not really ready to commit to real change, then the invitation I'm about to give you, it's not for you, okay? This isn't for spectators or tire kickers. This is only for serious leaders who understand that elite results requires an elite level of commitment. If that's not you, that's okay, but I respectfully suggest that you could just leave right now, okay? But if you are committed to turning this market squeeze into your market advantage, then listen up here, okay? This is the most important part. I need 100% attention. Nothing else matters for the next 5 minutes. You see, last year and every year over the last 2 decades, CEOs, business leaders, and entrepreneurs have paid me tens of millions of dollars annually for my advice and mentorship. So it must mean something. And I'm about to show you how to get that advice and mentorship for yourself for pennies on the dollar. Whether you choose to take advantage of it or not, that's going to be up to you, okay? For the past 30 years, I have been refining a system that guarantees results. Not hopes for results, not a possibility of results, guarantees results. That you get a 3x ROI, that you can see a direct line of sight of 3x ROI, or it's free, or everything that you absorb is free. Stop now. Hear that again. You literally cannot lose money on this decision. You can only make money, or it's free, even after you've attended the 3 days with me. When was the last time somebody offered you a guarantee like that? Now, you might be thinking that I am insane to do that. You can come to our business masterclass, absorb all 3 days, and then say no and get your 100% of your money back. People think I'm insane to do that. Yes, it does mean that you could fully take advantage of me. You could take a front row seat for the entire 3 days, collect all the 500 highly coveted ideas, and still ask for your money back at the end. It's true, you could. But here's the thing. I trust you. If you've gotten this far with me, then I know who you are. And I know people like you. People like you are good people. And I also know that there's a lot of garbage out there. Remember, I curated this industry for 25 plus years. I've sat at the center of the success media industry, and I've seen it all. And there is a lot of garbage out there. So I know all the false promises that you might have been sold on before, and were left disappointed. And I am making you this personal guarantee so that you don't even have to believe me or you have to trust me. You don't even need to say yes. You only need to say maybe, and then come experience it for yourself. And I make it 100% risk-free for you to do so. That's it. When you join us at this next business masterclass, this is what you get. First, the 3 full days with me and 1,000 top business leaders virtually connected live from across the globe. This is a no-fluff, intensive, fast-paced, and laser-focused business workshop focused only on bottom-line profit-producing strategies proven to work now in today's new challenging marketplace. And there is no circus parade of other speakers. There's no vendor pitches. There's no time-wasting breakout sessions with junior coaches who've never run a business. And there's no motivational rah-rah, chest-beating, chanting, closed-eye meditations, dancing, or fire-walking malarkey either. Just proven revenue-generating strategies that you can use to produce real profits in your business and quickly. Second, and this is the big one, I'm granting you a 1-year license to the BMC MVP AI portal. What I just showed you. This is my 35 years of business mastery packed into one powerhouse execution system. You need high converting ad copy? Bam. The AI writes it instantly. Want a video script that sells? Bam. It's done in seconds. Looking for top tier talent? Bam. It creates job posts that attract A players like a magnet. You can throw out all the other generic AI tools that you've collected. This revolutionary portal doesn't just give you cookie cutter content out like everything else out there. Every single strategy has been market tested and revenue optimized by me personally. With it, now anyone on your team who can copy and paste can generate email sequences that maximize opens, social media posts that actually engage, recruiting campaigns that build elite teams, and onboarding processes that accelerate productivity. And if you enroll in our Business Masterclass right now, I'm throwing in a 1-year license to the BMC AI portal, absolutely free. That is a $10,000 license, free to you, no extra charge. And then third, I'm also giving you a 1-year license to the HardyBot, the AI advisor that I have spent a fortune in developing. This has been trained on my complete body of work, every book I have written, every strategy I have deployed, every case study that I have documented. Ask it anything, get answers in seconds. It's like having me as your personal advisor 24/7, 365, available whenever you need answers or guidance. And then fourth, I'm giving you a 1-year membership into the Hardy Club, which is an additional $5,000 gift. It is the most elite business community on the planet, and it will be your new peer group. You'll never lack for a key contact, a connection, or an introduction to any key company or leader again. And inside the club is where we provide you ongoing support and deliver various workshops, meetups, and other networking events. The total value of all that I am giving you is over $39,000. But your investment to join us is only $995, or just $895 a month for 12 months. Now let's put this into perspective, okay? The Atlanta cleaning company that was bleeding $15,000 a month, BMC costs less than a single month of doing nothing. One bad hire costs you $240,000 in mistakes and turnover. This prevents those expensive mistakes. A single lost major client will cost you more. This ensures that you keep them and get a lot more like them. $895 monthly. That is, as Jim Rohn would say, chicken feed. And here's an extra gift, okay? Because you are here, for those who join us right now, and I will put $2,000 towards your enrollment. I will pay $2,000 towards your seat. You see, we have a hero scholarship fund that we deposit into over the year. So I'll contribute $2,000 from our fund for you to join us. That would make your 12-month installment not $895 monthly, but now $695 monthly. You see, what I'm doing here is that I hope that it encourages you to join us, as this is a crucial moment in the evolving business landscape where gaining access to these profit-saving and scaling strategies is vital. Look, how many more family dinners will you miss while you try figuring all this out on your own? How many more weekends will you spend fighting the same operational fires? How many more opportunities will slip by while you're stuck in the weeds? Waiting will cost you opportunities that will then compound over time. You can keep doing what you've been doing, or you can just step up, take action, and get your edge in your market first. That restaurant owner that I told you about at the start, he applied these fixes. He now runs 7 locations and recently bought a lake house and now takes 2 months off a year. Impossible for him before. Same market, same challenges, different strategy. So go ahead and complete your registration now. And if you're still thinking, but I've tried business programs before, they don't work for me. Look, okay, I get it. So have I. But here's why they failed. They were generic strategies, not relevant to the current market challenges. There was no actual implementation support, no customized AI encoded with every strategy that you were given so that you can automatically implement and execute. No ongoing accountability or community with other high-level leaders who just had this shared experience and are as committed to growth as you are. You see, this BMC experience that I put together purposely for those obstacles that didn't exist before, it gives you everything all those past experiences missed, plus tons more. And if you're thinking, but I don't have time for another program, here's the deal. BMC is designed for leaders exactly like you. 3 focused days that saves you months, if not years, of trial and error. Systems that you can delegate to your team immediately. No lengthy implementation cycles, immediate executions that start producing results quickly. And if you're thinking, but I don't have time to learn new systems, well, then that's exactly why you need this. The busiest leaders get the most value because they're desperate for efficiency. These systems give you your time back, not take it away. Here's the math that makes this decision obvious. If you implement just one strategy from the over 500 that I will give you, to adjust a knob of only one of the 3 knobs, and it increases your revenue by 20%. On a $1 million business, that's $200,000 in additional revenue. Your ROI is not 300% that I am guaranteeing, it's 2,500%. If you're doing 5 million, that's 1 million in new growth. Your ROI is 12,500%. And most attendees see much bigger gains because they implement more than just one strategy. The average BMC graduate increases their revenue 180% in the first 18 months. Many hit 300%. Some exceed 500%. And finally, if you're thinking, but I can't afford this right now. If you can't afford $695 a month, you really need to invest in a change because whatever you're doing now isn't working. If you are in the business of producing a profit, you cannot afford to continue as you are. Not being able to afford $695 monthly. People who say it's too expensive have never done the math on staying poor or staying stuck or simply just going slow. But hey, the choice is yours, okay? Let me just say something bluntly here. If you are not excited about this, don't do it, okay? This should be an easy decision. Something inside you needs to know on a guttural level that, hell yes, this is exactly what I need. This is exactly the kind of group I need to be a part of to grow to the next level. My goals are serious, so I need to make a serious investment in myself and my business to realize them. Think about this. Right now, in your entire investment portfolio, what is your best performing stock? Right now, think about it. Of all your investments, what is the best? Which has produced the greatest return? If you did not say yourself, then you know why you aren't where you need to be. If you did say yourself, then this investment choice is obvious. There is no better investment than A, avoiding the dumb tax of having to figure all this out on your own through trial, error, failure, and financial loss. B, having somebody show you the direct path so that you can radically accelerate your success. That's how I did it. Okay, in wrapping up here, I want to remind you, the window of leverage, this whole AI shift, that leverage is closing. If you apply the advantages that I give you, then while others panic about these rising costs, you'll profit from strategic positioning. Where they see problems, you'll see opportunities. Where they retreat and cut prices, you'll advance with premium value. While they hope things get easier, you'll make them easier through systems. When they complain about the economy, you'll dominate because of it. Right now, while you're still here, you can secure your seat. You can lock in the $2,000 scholarship that I am giving you, and you can join the most elite business community on the planet. This really is the most exciting time to be alive as an entrepreneur, as a business leader, as somebody with the ambition to make a difference, to use your life, your time here, your talents to make a huge positive impact on the world around you. Never before has the opportunity to do something extraordinary, to build something extraordinary. And to make an extraordinary difference been so possible and so incredible. With no background or resume or experience necessary, you only need to bring ambition, drive, and determination. So the door is open. The choice is yours.